How should Christians think about racial reconciliation? Well, before we start that conversation of racial reconciliation, I would ask, where do we find racial reconciliation within the scriptures? In Ephesians, we're told that we've been reconciled. And then in Corinthians, it says that we've been given the ministry of reconciliation. But what does this mean? Is it a ministry of reconciliation among races? When Paul says that we've been given the ministry of reconciliation, it's about alerting people to the fact that there is a God who loves them and that their hearts must be reconciled to his. And in Ephesians, where we see that we have been reconciled, it's that our hearts have been reconciled to God and that we've been adopted and are now considered sons and daughters in the family of God. I once heard someone say, races don't reconcile, hearts do. The ministry of racial reconciliation isn't something that we find within Scripture, because our races don't actually need to reconcile once we become children of God and adopted in the family of God. What we must do is learn to walk out unity, one with another. How do we come to the family of God from different cultures and backgrounds with different norms and values and begin to walk those things out? As children of God, we've already been reconciled. As children of God, we are of one family. But just like two children adopted into one home, they might have some disagreements. They might have to have some conversations on, hey, as brothers and sisters, this is how we walk together. This is what I would say about the church as well. It's that we've been adopted into one household. We're adopted into one family. Now, how do I walk out this unity? I don't believe that there's any more conversation that needs to happen about being reconciled or adopted into this family. See, when I chose to put my faith and trust in Jesus, and someone else, despite their ethnicity, decided to put their faith and trust in Jesus, that made us brothers and sisters. That reconciled our hearts as we have been reconciled before God. So do we need to talk about racial reconciliation? I would say no. What we do need to talk about is how do we walk in unity as brothers and sisters.